Welcome, everybody, to the College Basketball Preview Show on the Grueling Truth Sports Network. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster. Today, we're going to check out the Cincinnati Bearcats, who will travel to Manhattan, Kansas tomorrow night to battle the Kansas State Wildcats. The Bearcats have had a great start to this season. They've got wins over Xavier. They beat Dayton. This is a team that looks primed to make a run come March Madness. Kansas State's a team that is not really gelled yet. They're sitting at 6-5. This is a game where there's no point spread yet, but later on this afternoon, you should be able to find that point spread at BetMGM, our top-rated sports book. You can click on the link in the description down below to go to BetMGM, our top-rated sports book. All right, guys, the Cincinnati Bearcats, Kansas State Wildcats. Cincinnati has won 4 straight games. They took care of business in their non-conference schedule. They finished with a 10-1 record. Their only loss came on the road against Villanova, which surprised me. They should have beaten Villanova. Cincinnati was favored in every game so far this season. I think they'll be favored in this game also. They did grab solid wins over Georgia Tech, Xavier, and Dayton, the first time they'd beaten Xavier in like 5 years. They came into the game having won each of their last 4. They come into this game with won each of their last 4 games. That includes their last game, an easy 35-point win over Grambling in their last game. In that win, Cincinnati was led by Aziz. That's the guy from Senegal, 7-foot center, 15 points, 6 rebounds in the game. He is a guy who has become a big-time difference maker. He's averaging 10 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. He was a starter last season for Cincinnati and also leads the team with 1.8 block shots per game. Now, when we look at Kansas State, they've dropped 3 straight games. They come in looking for a momentum change. They took a bad loss to St. John's, going down as 10-point favorites, then lost as small favorites against Drake and Wichita State. The Wildcats have not yet had a statement win, as their best win on the record came against George Washington as an 8.5-point favorite. In their last game, K-State was led by Brendan Housen with 13 points in a loss to Wichita State. Housen is their leading scorer as a 6'4" guard, averages 14 points per game. He's a junior. He's the top shooter on the team with 38 made threes. Housen played last season with Villanova. He dropped 27 points, including 6 made threes against St. John's. He's their only scorer in double figures. Kansas State is ranked 90th overall by Ken Palm. They're 107th in offensive efficiency and 93rd in defensive efficiency. They play slightly faster than the Bearcats, ranking 169 in pace of play. Now, when looking at this game, the transfer portal has many pros and cons, but this Kansas State program is yet to cash in on the players they invested in the offseason. K-State brought in Housen from Villanova, McDaniel from Michigan, and Hawkins from Illinois. All 3 are excellent college players, but they have not been able to mesh into a cohesive unit, and team chemistry has been an issue. Kansas State was favored to win their last 2 games, but lost to both Drake and Wichita State. Now, Drake and Wichita State are both solid basketball teams, but if you're going to compete in the Big 12, you've got to beat teams like that. Now, until this lineup figures out how to play together, they will continue to fade against top competition. Kansas State, like I said, 107 offensive efficiency. Cincinnati ranks 5th in defensive efficiency. The Bearcats are athletic on the defensive end, funneling everything to the 7-foot center from Senegal. I don't want to say it, Bandagogo. I don't know. On the inside, Cincinnati has 4 players averaging double figures, and defense travels. So, no problem here. Take Cincinnati to cover on the road. It wouldn't surprise me if Cincinnati's a 6 or 7-point favorite. I think the Bearcats win this game by double digits, guys, and roll on to 11-1. This is a team that can cause issues in the Big 12 for the big teams like Kansas and them. The Cincinnati Bearcats under Wes Miller looks like they've finally arrived, possibly on a national stage. We'll see. If they have, though, they should take care of the Kansas State Wildcats. All right, guys, if you want to follow me on X, make sure you go to @GruelingTruth. If you want to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. It would be appreciated. Check out thegruelingtruth.com. But for now, guys, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.